Hi friends, this is Amy, Little Paper Princess, and I'm back with a cool tutorial. There are a few tutorials like this on YouTube already, but I wanted to show you guys my take on it. And this tutorial is for the puffy flowers. Now, for this tutorial, you will need the following materials. You're going to need fabric. In this occasion, I like to use the satin fabric. That's the one that is shiny on one side and matte on the other. And whatever colors you want. I'm using these 4 colors today. You're also going to need something to trace around. And that depends the size of the flower. I'm most probably going to use this is the smaller size of the two. And I used these for the macaron tutorial that I did. Actually, I think I'm going to use this. So I'm going to make them bigger because I want to use them for a project that I have in mind. So I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. If you want a smaller flower, then you're going to use a smaller circumference. So anything that you can find, any little lids or, whatever you have around available to trace around, that's what you're going to need. You're also going to need needle and thread, pair of scissors, your hot glue gun, glue sticks, or fabric tack, or whatever adhesive that works for you for fabric. You're also going to need either doilies or appliques. You're going to need centers. Like here I have resins and I have these little flat backs. I have these rosettes and or bling. And I have an assortment here of bling that can be used, or images. I get my images from digitalcollageclub.com, and you can print them out, and then once I print them, I heat set the ink from on the images so it won't smear, and then with the Eileen's thick glue, the clear, I give it a good coat so that it is more durable and it gives it a glossy finish, or you can print right onto photo paper. Totally up to you. I didn't have any, so I did it that way, and as you can see, the image did not smear at all, and it has a nice gloss to it. See? And it is more durable. And then there's different images, like here's another one, and all I did was glue some of this mesh bling all the way around the edge to give it that kind of look. Okay. So yeah, so let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need to do is trace circles onto your fabric. And I would suggest doing it on the non-shiny side of your fabric. Because if you do it on the shiny side, then it might show through, when you make your flowers. So do it on the opposite side. And then you're going to cut those out, leaving a little bit of seam allowance around the edging, because you want to fold over the edge just a little bit when you sew so that your thread won't come through when you pull, and you'll understand as we go along. So I would say about a 1/2 inch or a little less, maybe a 1/4 inch seam allowance when you go to cut out. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to trace my circles and cut them out, and then I'll be right back to show you guys what the next step is. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys, and I've already cut my circles, as you can see here, leaving a little seam allowance, because it's going to create what I call a lip when you fold over, so then you can do your running stitch. And I cut one of each color, even though I'm going to end up making more, because these, I'm going to warn you right now, are very addicting. Once you see how simple it is to make and how many different combinations you can do, you're going to want to be making a ton of these. I made quite a few for a good friend of mine on Facebook that she bought from me. Her name is Albania. Hi, Albania. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And I also made this project because, as you all know, I've been announcing for a while now that my husband and I were going to be renewing our wedding vows for our 25th wedding anniversary. And I have been little by little creating things that I'm going to be using for displays and centerpieces and things like that for my wedding. And so I created this one thing out of because I collect vintage creamers and teacups and teapots and all of that kind of stuff. So I had this really beautiful vintage creamer that I had bought at the thrift store, and I absolutely love the image. So I decorated it with the puffy flowers, and here I stacked them one on top of the other, layering in between with laces and doilies and appliques and stuff. And these are actually 1, 2, 3 different sizes of puffy flowers that are stacked. So you can see how gorgeous these flowers will make your projects look. And you know, I love the way this one came out. It is a very beautiful piece, and it is definitely going to be a conversation piece at our wedding. So next step, guys, is to do your running stitch. So you're going to take your needle and thread, you're going to knot it at the end, and you're going to create that little lip. And once again, the purpose of that little lip is so that your thread won't slip through if the fabric frays. So you kind of like just have to like fold over, you know, and I mean, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, you know, absolutely even. That's the wonderful thing about these flowers. And you're going to do a running stitch like if you were making a yo-yo flower, except in this case they're called the puffy flowers because they have a little bit of fiber fill. Oh, which by the way, you're going to need a little bit of fiber fill for these flowers. So we'll do our running stitch, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. So running stitch all around, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause the video so I don't bore you guys to death with this step. You don't have to be seen. You all know it's a little bit difficult. And even though my needle is fairly new, it's a little bit difficult to get through this type of fabric. But I'll be right back once I have all of my running stitch done on this one. And then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so I'm only going to finish doing the running stitch on this one, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I realized after I was halfway done with my circle that it is definitely smaller than what I had intended. But if this is how you want it, then that's fine. You know, you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see a little bit here, the inches on my yardstick, how big this circle would be. But anyway, since I want them bigger, a little bit bigger, I wanted to show you guys how much bigger it is, and using the circumference of my little plate. Here's what I did. But anyway, for the sake of the tutorial, I will continue with this flower. And what it is that once you have that running stitch done, do not tie it off, because you're going to need to be able to maneuver it. So at this point, if it was just a regular old yo-yo, then you would pull it taut as close as possible and tie it off. But since this is the puffy flower, you don't want to do that. At this point, you're going to put in a little bit of stuffing. Depending on how fluffy you want it, that's how much stuffing you'll put in. You know, going as close to the edges as possible so that you can get a nice look. But you don't want to like stuff it firmly, because when you pull the string, it'll give it almost like petal shapes, you know, depending, and especially with the next step, you'll see, you'll understand. But you do want it to be a little bit puffy. Hence the name Puffy Flowers. So I think that's good for me. Again, this is a matter of preference. It depends on the look you want. Like, obviously, if you're going to make like a pin cushion, then you would make it a little bit more fluffy. You know, you would put in a lot more fiberfill and stuff it very firmly. So, at this point, we will pull it as tight as possible, just like if it was for a yo-yo flower, and tie our knot to secure it. Okay, so you're securing with a knot. I usually do 2 to 3 knots just to make sure that my knots don't slip. Just like this, okay? And then you cut there. The reason why I cut it is because I like to start my knot in the center. So now you've got this cute little, and in itself it's cute like that, you know, it is really cool. And you see these little peaks that it has. It's almost flower-like already. But the next step is what gives it its real flower-like appearance, and really makes it look really cool. So you're going to tie a little knot, and you're going to find the center on the side that doesn't, see, this is the back, this is the front. So you're going to find your center here and tie off your thread in a knot there. Secure it so that your thread doesn't pull all the way through. Then you're going to come back through, all the way through, and pull. And then come back again and pull. And you're going to do this like to create like an indentation kind of in your flower. So you pull, come back around, and pull, and do this a few times just to give it that look. So you see, this is how it starts. It's already starting to take on a more flower appearance. I don't know if you guys can see that up close. Okay. So once you got the desired look that you want, you're going to secure your thread in the back here. I'm going to tie it off. And clip. And you've got your basic flower there thing. And now it's a matter of decorating. And I use these little felt circles for the back that I glue on the back. So that would be the next step, to gluing either a felt circle or a cardstock, piece of cardstock, or matching fabric, however you guys want. And then I'll be right back to show you what I have done. So I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, but I got sidetracked and I made a discovery. When I was trying to finish up the backing on the little puffy flower that I started making with you guys, I discovered that there's a way to really make this little flower look more like a flower. So I couldn't resist, and I did that. And it came out super cute, super adorable, as you can see. So I went ahead and got caught up with a different one in the step where we had left off. Remember, we had made the flower, and then all I needed to do was put the backing. So what I did was that I layered two small doilies and then a little felt circle on the back there to make this. And what I did to make this other one the way it is that I ran a stitch from the center to the side and back through to the middle, pulled it taut so that it made an indentation in there, and then came across to the other side, and then I said dividing it pretty much into four is what I did. So running across this way, coming out, then running across that way and coming out and pulling it taut, and it divided it into four. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 petals on this little flower. And you guys can see it divided into 1, 2, 3, and 4 petals. And it looks super cute. So, and it made it smaller. As you can see, it's like more compact. So what I did was, what I'm thinking of doing is layering this. So this is the way it would come out without the division, only the indentation in the center like I did with you guys already. So I figured I can stack these and get something like this. You see, I think it would look super cute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stack it. And like I said, I'm sure that you guys will come up with your own variations, because I'm just getting started with these, so I haven't really experimented much. But I tell you, I am hooked on these. I absolutely love it. They remind me of little cakes, you know, like little cakes stacked up, little cupcakes, you know, and I just love it. I absolutely, look at how cute. I mean, this is super adorable. In itself, it's like a little tiny pincushion, you know, all by itself. Look at that. Is that not adorable? You know, and it, you know, it was quick and easy, super cute, fun little project. So this would be cute to top a bottle, maybe, you know, like on a cork. Put on the top of a bottle or a little jar. They would look super cute as toppers. You know, even on a altered box or something like that. So you guys can make these in all kinds of sizes. I mean, there's like no limit. The possibilities are endless. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So visit me on my fan page. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, make sure you tag me to the pictures of your own projects that you make with these if I inspired you. And if you do play along and make these, let me know. Or if you do a video, send me the video. Send me your link so I could check you out. And I appreciate you guys being with me. I wasn't going to do this tutorial today. I was going to do it tomorrow and upload it. But since I made the macaron tutorial, but I had a little bit of time today, and I said, why put it off? I'm going to do it. I'm already behind enough as it is. So I appreciate you guys spending this time with me today, and I hope that I inspire you and that you can make your own wonderful puffy flowers, and tag me. Let me know. And I did use, like I said, felt circle, little felt circles. I just cut it in half and made my own smaller circle for these little guys. And you can see right there. Make it, but these are super cute. I really love them. So can't wait to see what you guys make. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you watch this video and where you are at. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.